Yep.
I want to repeat really quick. So we're doing a little training on building a team in Rockstars. Something that is really important that Darnell just mentioned before we started recording that I want to just reiterate and repeat is on your social platforms, you're going to attract what you're watching and what you are following. So if you want to attract like-minded people to you, you need to be following those people in those accounts. Even if they're million, like it's one of those huge accounts that's like marriage and relationships, like, I don't know, some random ass name of an account. Even if that's the account, if that's your target audience, you need to follow that person and interact with the people on those posts. You need to be following the type of content that you're posting and that you want to attract. That is literally key. We learned that this weekend. I never really thought about it, but it makes a lot of sense because I have not had very many videos go viral, but I've been posting a lot of fluff, a lot of funny mom things. I want to attract moms, obviously, but I'm not really necessarily following all of it. What I'm posting isn't really going with what I was following. So when they don't match, it makes a huge difference. Like it really does. You're so sick of the sugar daddy. To write. Listen, you're going to get random things like that anyways, no matter what you post, because I have a video going viral right now and I'm being like bashed about not having enough sex with my husband. So let's just like, no matter what you post, someone's going to be pissed. It's just going to happen. And you're going to be a bad person no matter what you do. That's when we put that hard shell on and we're like, bitch, guess what? Too bad you're not here. Okay. I feel bad for your wife. Okay. I'm sorry. like, you just block and move on from it. Okay. So first and foremost is, again, going to be following people in your niche, however we want to say it. I have a bunch of different TikTok profiles. The one that I have on marriage and relationships has to be solely focused on that. Anytime I try to recruit from that platform, it flops. It's not going to happen. I might get a few people, but it's just not. So I've started another TikTok. I have another one that is solely focused on, and I'm going to throw this one out there. I'm running for Canada. I don't see why not. There's a huge platform there. So I am solely focusing on Canadian moms. I am following every single Canadian mom out there. I'm engaging on their content. I am working it. I'm posting mom videos because then I'm going to get in a week, I'm going to start really actively getting into recruiting type videos. So I'm building those relationships and I'm engaging with this audience to prepare for all the videos that are going to be coming. And then as soon as I hit 1,000, I'm going to start going live and talking about it every single day, which is, again, another key thing. So you want to make sure you're following people you're targeting. So that's literally going to be the number one thing. Find and keep rock stars. So was it Kristen or Travis who did this training? I can't remember because I didn't write the name down, but it was really good. But the number one, first thing we're going to talk about is create. So there are 3 things: create, cultivate, and nurture. So the first one is create. That's when you find out, like, who's your ideal rock star? Who do you want to attract? Who are you? So if you have something to write it down. 3 things about you. 3 things. Like for me, I wrote down sparkly, loving mom, hot mess. Like that's me. Like those are like 3 things. When you think about you, what are 3 things? That's going to be, what are you posting? Who are you? What is your vibe? That is what you want to follow. Those are the people you're going to attract. Like for me, if I start talking Canna Mom, it doesn't do anything because none of my stuff is Canna Mom. It's just really not. Like, it's just not. I tried the Pineapple Express thing. It didn't work for me. You have to stick to you. You have to do you. If you try to do someone else, you are not going to attract the right people because then you are, and you're not going to know how to talk to them because you can't build a relationship with them because you can't relate to them. So that is the number one thing, is you want to create this audience. You have to create the audience before you can cultivate the audience. So the first thing that we have to do is make sure we are creating the right audience to follow. I'm right there with you guys. I'm recreating. I am rebranding after this weekend. I have not been doing what I should be doing. I'll be the first to say it. I was doing it all wrong. Even as top leaders, we can do it wrong. 100%. And I'm rebranding and recreating right there with you guys to create that brand that's the sparkly, fun Amanda, because that's what I want to attract. That's me. You guys know me, like tutu, fairy hair, all the vibes. If you met my daughter, she's right there with me this weekend. So you want to make sure that you're making people feel seen, heard, valued, and loved We're going to go a little bit into relationship building in a minute, but I kind of just want to go through these things. And then as you start to build those relationships, you're going to cultivate. That's the other C. So the first one's create, which is creating this vibe, basically, if you want to say, like creating this vibe and following this vibe and engaging. Don't just post videos. Make sure that the people you're following, you're engaging with them too, because that's how you're going to build relationships. You need to have a list. I believe it was Travis or Kristen. One of the two of them said this. They have a list every single month. So you start following these people on TikTok, you write down your top 20 people that you want on your team, that you're following on TikTok, and you make sure you would go in, or Facebook or wherever, you go engage with those people. Maybe it's not every day, but 2 to 3 times a week. You send them a message and say, I love your video. Well, you start to build these relationships. Now you're cultivating. You're building this relationship. You've been following the person. You found your vibe. You're starting to build it. Then as you're nurturing, it's not actually the 3 C's. It was create, cultivate, and nurture. Then you're nurturing it and you're building it up. So something that they said that I love, this is why I'm looking down at my notes. You want to date your rock stars or your potential rock stars. You don't just jump in to get married, right? We don't just get married. We have to date first. It's the same thing with building a relationship. You got to go on a few dates. You got to feel it out. Like, is this person my vibe? Like, how you do it? You know, like whatever is you. Don't just send them a message right away and say, hey, I have this opportunity. You should do this with me. You could get people that way. You could. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, MLM scam. Nope, not doing it. Sorry. If you build those relationships and you take the time to cultivate it and nurture that bond, they're going to trust you. And they're going to say, okay, maybe I do want to hear what she's talking about because we've connected already on this level. And I feel like this really is my vibe and she's my energy. And I could see myself going to these retreats and doing these things that she's been posting about that she's doing. So you have to do this to build it. It's not just a post and go. If you're wondering why you haven't been getting all the emails or people sending you messages saying, I want to join your team, it's because you're not creating, cultivating, and nurturing these relationships. You're jumping the gun. Guilty. Okay. You are jumping the gun. And it's not, you might get maybe one out of every 100, but you could be getting 50 out of 100. So we want to make sure that we are building those bonds, engage with them, talk to them, ask them questions about their life, about their family, reply to every single comment. Make sure that your content represents your vibe, that it's something that's going to draw people in. Now I'm kind of going to pass it to Darnell a little bit because now once you've drawn them in, you've been talking to them, maybe you've talked to them for a couple of weeks, then you can send that message that says, hey, where I wrote it down so I didn't forget what I wrote. Where did I write it down at? That said, oh my gosh, it said, I've been following I know we've been talking for a while on TikTok or wherever. And I love your vibe. I know that we connect and I know that you've commented on a few of my things and I would love to give you a tour of just what I'm doing because I feel like it would be really, really, really great for you. I feel like this could be an awesome opportunity. It is something that as a mom, like you've seen me, you know, I'm a hot mess and I can do this with my kids. And I feel like this is something that you could really do too. You be real and you be genuine and you be authentic and you don't use a script. If you use ChatGPT, copy it, put it in your notes and make it you. Okay. Do not directly use things like that because it's going to sound scripted. Make it you. Then once you get that email, what are you going to do? I don't know, Darnell. What are we going to do?
Okay. Yeah. So that's, this is where I'm going to come in. So I've been using the Audition pretty much since it came out. I'm pretty big on it. And I think that I've had pretty decent success using it. And the reality is that how do I get people to give me their emails? Well, I put up like, most of my content is more like people wanting to know more. Like I don't give it all away. Okay. I think there's a lot of us that are like giving it all away. Stop showing the bottles, friends. Stop like saying what company you're with. Stop like don't use our gifts unless you're in your story, like things like that. Don't give it all away. make them have to ask you the question. Because if they already know what company you're with because you showed the bottle too much, like, they don't have to fucking ask, and they can go just search Ariel and they can shop with corporate and you would never know. You would never know, right? So, like Amanda said, do you want to date? And like, obviously I've given it up on the first date, and I'm gonna tell you, most times that was a mistake. So, like, I didn't end up with the guy that I gave it up with to on the first date. I'll be real with y'all, like, you don't want to give it up too quick, right? Like, you want them to be like, okay, what is she doing? I absolutely have to know. Like, why is she so smiley all of a sudden? Like, she was not even posting a few weeks ago, like, and they're going to notice those things because you're being consistent and because you're not giving too much away. um if I use a product, like Amanda said, like, most videos, it's like I have a pink pill in my hand and I put it in my mouth and I put a bunch of words over the screen anyways that are saying other things, like, about, I'm either like talking about big pharma and, like, people who are like addicted to like things for anxiety, and how I just try to, like, I try to talk to the people that I want to talk to. And the people that I want to talk to are the people that are hooked on like antidepressants and like anti-anxiety meds. Because at the end of the day, those medications are not there to help you. They're there to put a freaking band-aid on something and to make you numb. Bottom line. Bottom line, like, no medication is ever going to make your depression any different. The only thing that's going to make your depression any different is you actually putting in the work to heal, right? But there are some natural supplements that can help to boost our mood a little bit and can help us to be able to maybe see the things that have gone on in a clearer light. Because for me, I think that was like my biggest thing, right? Like, I wasn't able to see a lot of the things until it came into a clearer light. And I think, for me, the reason that I am attracting rock stars and why they come to me is because I'm being honest about that. I'm honest about my struggles. I'm honest about, like, how far I've come. I'm honest about when I'm triggered and I lose my shit, because we all lose our shit. Like, no matter what, like, the pink pills are amazing. Don't get me wrong. And I lose my shit like a fourth of the time that I used to. Like, it's probably less than that. Like, I really don't lose it that much anymore. But when I do, it's a huge testimony for how many people are still losing it. Like, so you don't want to you don't want to give too much away, but you can talk about like what you're going through, and people really, really resonate with that. And then when they're like, I got to know more, it's like, just give me your email and I'll send you some information. So, what I do when they give me their email, because everybody's got a burner email, friends. Okay. Like, we all know we do. I have one that is literally from like 15 years ago that I give to like people just to like get through a process because I need to put my email in somewhere, right? Like, I don't care how many emails go to that account. It is what it is. So everybody's got like one of those emails that they can give you. So you plug them into your audition. Where do you do that? That's in your backstage. You can go to your website, your ariel.com/Darnell Brunt is mine. And at the very top, it's going to say Ariel audition or enter the audition. I'm not sure what it is. Rockstar audition, I think it says something with the audition, and you click that. Okay. And then you're going to type their first and their last name and their email. What happens when you do that? They're in the corporate like flow, and it saves a spot for them on your tree. Okay. So then I take them and I plug them into my app. Okay. Because unfortunately, the audition and the app are not speaking to each other. So you kind of have to enter their information twice. But I plug them into my audition. And before I move on to the next person, I plug that person into my app. Okay. And when I plug them into my app, I then email them the lookbook. Every single one of us has the lookbook in our app. Okay. I email them the lookbook, right? So they can take a look. And then I go back and I message them and I say, hey, I just threw you into the audition. Make sure you check your spam folder because it may have gone there. Let me know that you got it. So I know, like, and if not, here's a link to the lookbook. You just copy and paste it into your browser. Okay. So I'm sending it in an email and I'm sending them the lookbook in their message. So they can't say to me, I didn't get your email. Fuck you. I sent it to you in your text message too. Like, sorry, not sorry. I don't play that game, like, because I get it. I get distracted easily. I probably only check my emails like 4 times a week. My husband checks his emails 4 times an hour. Okay. We're different people. All right. But I'm checking my messenger 14 times an hour and he checks his messenger once a week. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we operate differently. Right. And you have to remember that other people operate differently too. So if somebody may check their email all the time and then you've got somebody that never checks their email. So send it to them in both places and don't be afraid to do that, right? Um, it's not you being spammy. So you send them the lookbook, okay? And then let's hopefully say if you're following the flow, you're trying to plug emails in on Monday. You can get emails any day of the week and you can follow the same flow. But normally on Wednesdays, then I'll send them a little reminder that says, like, hey, did you have a chance to go over the lookbook? I wanted to just tell you these are my top 4 favorite products and pick a pack, friends. Pick a Sip Drip Slay pack that has 4 products in it. Because then you can say it's $50 a product, you get a cup, you get edible glitter. Like if you put it on subscription and you can take it off subscription next month and just order one thing, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Pick those 4 things, show them the pack that they can order by sending them a direct link to that pack from your website. Be like, these are my 4 favorite products. It comes in a bundle right now. I've had so much like change since I started taking these 4 products, and maybe these would be right for you as well. But if not, let's discuss maybe like what you're struggling with so I can suggest something better for you because what you're struggling with may not be what they're struggling with. Like I have a lot of stomach issues, but Amanda doesn't have nearly as many stomach issues as I do, but she struggles more like with going to sleep, but I don't have a problem going to sleep. So you know what I'm saying? Like we struggle from different things, but maybe there's a different bundle, but I'm always going to tell you to upsell the bundle because you're going to make more money. And honestly, they're going to get the benefits of all of it. They put these bundles together on purpose because these items are paired well together and they work hand in hand together. And when you start taking 3 or 4 of our products throughout the day, because that's kind of what most of these bundles are meant to do, to be different times throughout the day, right? Greens and unicorn drops in the morning, a Go Flex in the afternoon, a beast mode here, like whatever. Those things are meant to go together and you're going to start to notice the results because they're optimal for each other, right? So I suggest my core 4, as I like to call it, or whatever bundle you want to pick. Okay. I suggest that to them and I tell them like, hey, just want to let you, and I don't say this is usually on Wednesday when I suggest my like bundle to them. Then on Thursday in the morning, I say to them like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot to tell you tonight at 9 p.m. we have our corporate opportunity call. You should pop on. My CEOs are going to be on. They give away free prizes. So if you pop on and tag me, you could win the free prize. And you can lie and be like, my girl won the prize last week. Nobody has to know that your girl wasn't the one who won the prize. They don't know who your girl is, right? But you know what? Your girl could be the one who won this week. And the more you say it, the more you're putting it in the universe, right? And you just never know. Your girl that's on the live could win. And that's awesome when like one of your people that pops on just to like learn something new wins something. It's real power. And when they get on that Thursday night live and it's Travis and Kristen, they seal the deal for you. That power of that third party validation, it really helps people to like see the vision a little bit clearer. Then on Fridays, they're going to get an email from corporate because you plugged them into the audition and it's going to say, hey, you're about to be leapfrogged if you don't sign up today. Someone is going to steal your spot if you don't sign up or place your order today. And then people are like, what does leapfrog mean? I don't want to get leapfrogged. And then this is what I do. So each person, if you go to arielaudition.com and you type in that person's email, it's going to show you their stats. It's going to show you how many people have been entered underneath them all week long. So let's say you got 3 VIPs. These people are going to see that like there's 3 VIPs on their tree because they make money off of those people's reorders. It goes into their binary pay. So you're helping to build their leg realistically if they join you. And when they see that there's already people on their team, they're like, oh, so like I already got people there and like I can already like start making money. That's like a big light bulb for a lot of people. So the audition itself is another third party validation. So they're getting third party validation on Thursday night. They're getting third party validation on Friday from you. And when you send them, so like you go to Ariel.com, you type in their email and you click like check my stats and it's going to take you to this next page. If you copy and paste that link to them, they can click that link and they can see the stats themselves. And then at the very bottom, it says upgrade now. So what I say to them is like, click that upgrade now button at the bottom, put the items that you want in the cart or pick the bundle that you want, make sure you put it on subscription and then choose Rockstar when you're checking out. Okay. And that's really how I get people to sign up. Some people do it right then and there that week. Some people, it takes them 3 months. Some people, it takes them a year. Okay. Like realistically, but I will follow up with these people for 60 days while they're in my audition. If they don't sign up at the end of 60 days, and they flush out of my system, I reach back out to them and I'm like, hey, you flushed out of my system after 60 days. Do you want me to save you another spot? Like, I can save you a spot while you still think about it, and you can plug them back in. And if they don't say no, like, just keep plugging them back in. Who cares? Because they're going to get the hint and they're going to keep getting the emails, right? So that's kind of like the flow that I go through. And then I try to make it very simple and like duplicatable. There's a lot of amazing resources on our app, friends. So when they do join your business, I tell them first to download the app. We add them to the Ariel training page. I add them to the Gummy Gang training page. And that's it in the beginning. Once they download the app, there is a series of like trainings. And this is something the new that I'm going to implement for like my team, but there's a series of trainings and you can earn badges, okay, on the app. I like stickers. I like to see that things are full and I've done all the tasks that I need to. So like as soon as the app came out, I went through and I earned all the badges. Well, there's a lot of great knowledge there. It tells you how to rank up. It tells you the qualifications that you need for each rank. It tells you how to like set up your binary legs. It tells you how to get paid. It tells you how to do all this stuff. So just because you don't have YouTube videos made, maybe like I have set up, all of it's right in your app. So my next move is going to be like, go through all of these trainings, and then send me a screenshot of all of your badges. Once you send me a screenshot of all your badges, I'm going to then add you to my team chat because it means you're serious. I'm not adding people to my team chat anymore that are not like willing to put in a little bit of leg room, like a little bit of work to learn, because at the end of the day, friends, this is a very self-sufficient business. I am not here to run anybody's business. Amanda's not here to run anybody's business. Kristen's not here to run anybody's business. Jenny's not running anybody's business. We are all here to run our business the way the way it works for us. And that's the beautiful part about this. And I'm here to motivate, and I will be here to like inspire you to hopefully get up in the morning and be consistent, but I can't force you to do anything. But if I hold you accountable, hopefully you'll be like, all right, she's not even going to let me in her team chat until I do this. All right, well, fuck, I better get this done. And I'm going to follow back up with that person in 2 days and be like, have you watched the videos yet? And if they haven't made any time, like, I'm going to know that this is probably not a top priority for them. So they're probably not going to be a top priority in my organization. I know how much time and effort to spend on them, right? Because this isn't for everybody. Some people are just here to earn some free products, and that's okay too. But some of us are here to change the world, and that's me. And I need to know where to spend my time because I'm ready to change the world, because I know how much this has changed my life. I know how much it's changed all of your lives. I know that all of you continue to show up every single week on these calls, and I love it. And I know that you're all very serious about this business, and that's why you're here. And those are like some boundaries I'm setting for myself. So as you all grow, I really encourage you to set your own boundaries. I know a lot of you are kind of new here, but I also know a lot of you are going to like start bringing in rock stars like crazy. I can already feel it. You're all putting so much effort in, and you're being vulnerable, and you're putting yourselves out there. So I want you to know that it's very simple to like lead them. Once they go through those training videos on the app, then you can like, then you go from there. Then you go from there. But keep it simple. That was what Travis and Kristen kept saying, is we're trying to give them too much fucking information. You don't need to know everything to send somebody a link. All you need to do is send the link, right? And if they get snagged up on the way, just ask your sponsor, asking your, whoever, like, hey, this person's trying to order and they're having an issue. Like, can you help me? And we will help, right? But like at the end of the day, when I started here, I didn't know everything. I didn't know anything about CBD. I didn't know anything about the products. I just knew that I didn't feel like I did the day before. And I didn't want to cry, and I didn't feel like getting overwhelmed, and I didn't feel like screaming at my kids. And I was like, shit, I can change so many other people. So I just kind of ran, and I learned as I went. So like, and I think so many of us are like, I have to learn all the things before I can start. No, don't do that. Learn as you go. Figure it out, because you know what? Like, you learn the best when you fail first, because you're like, oh, that didn't work. I ain't going to do that one again. I'm going to try that one differently next time, right? Because you learn the best when you feel like it didn't go well. But if you feel like everything went perfectly the first time, how do you grow, right? You don't.
And who's going to
So,
join you if you're perfect?
right. Nobody's going to join you if you're perfect. So those are like kind of my tips for what I do with people's emails, and how I hopefully get them to join my team, and how I like as easily like launch them as possible. And going to get easier the more we work the flow. I think we've all been afraid to really plug into the flow the way that we're supposed to because we're just like, okay, Saturday we make this post, Sunday we go live. But how many of you are actually going live on Sundays? Right. Lynn, Lynn. That's what I'm saying here. There's 13 of us and Lynn's the only one going live. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing here, friends? We can all make 10 minutes to go live at some point on Sunday. We all can, myself included. I didn't do it on Sunday. Sundays suck. They do. It is, and they do suck. But at the end of the day, you have to make, if Sunday isn't the day for you, then make it Monday. Make it like, make it just make it the same day so people know when you're going to be live. If like, just so they know, be consistent with it. Whatever day it's going to be consistent with it, right? So make the live whatever day you need it to be. Because like maybe Wednesday nights don't work for family night because we do our team call. But Tuesday nights work better for family night. And Tuesday nights do work better for family night for me. So I switched kind of my Tuesdays and my Wednesday nights. Tuesdays, I still like launch my rock stars that I have, but I don't do like nighttime things. I'll do my calls on Wednesday night instead, usually, is the way I see it. So, I think that live with any kind of topic, I would just go live, like if you're making a drink every day, go live and just chat, talk about what happened in your morning. I know that like, I don't know how many followers you have on like TikTok. I don't know how many followers you have on your platforms. I know that you started some new accounts, but do you need a certain amount of followers to go live on Instagram? No, right? No, you can just go live on Instagram at any time. So it's like, and I go live in my stories a lot around the same time every day. People can expect me to be live in the morning by the water. People wait for it because that's what I do usually. So like when I don't do it, they're like, where did she go? Where did she go? People wait for us to do that. So, I think that being consistent, you don't have to go live every day. You can go live on your like platform once. You can go live on TikTok like once if you want. Dawn Flaherty, though, she goes live every single morning on TikTok at 9 a.m. and she says she's like a QVC commercial. She just talks about the products over and over and over again. She takes the products like on her live and she sells like at least 3 to 4 bundles every single live. Y'all, could you imagine selling 3 to 4 bundles every single time you went live? If you went live every single day, like she's selling that slim pack. What does she make? I think she's making $60 every time she sells a slim pack. 6 times 4 is $240 a day. 240 times 7. What is the math on that? Like, I don't even know. That's a lot of money. That's like $1,400 a week, something. I don't even know. That's a lot of money. I'm not doing math right, but it's a lot of money.
Well, and something that she said that I think is really important here for all of us to remember too is you got to cut the excuses because there's days that she said she doesn't sleep well, but she still shows up. So whether it doesn't have to be every day like her either, whether it's a Sunday thing, whatever it is, go live with your kids if they're screaming. Your audience
Right.
is going to relate to that. They're going to relate to that.
Right.
Don't make the excuses because if you make the excuses and you don't do it one week, you're not going to do it the next week. And then you're not going to do it the next week. And then people are going to be like, well, why do I want to join her if she doesn't show up or she's not all in? Because if she's not all in, then maybe there's something wrong with it. So you
Right.
want to show up no matter what. We have to stop making excuses and we have to incorporate it in. Make the sacrifice now. It might
Right.
be like, you might be like, okay, I want to sit and watch this movie with my family tonight, but I really should be on this team training. Be on the team training. Make the sacrifice now because this is how you're going to build your residual income.
Right.
This is how you could, like Dawn did for Kyle, retire your husband. There's endless possibilities if we stop making excuses and we start building.
Right. Right. And honestly, we have to just start offering the opportunity. I mean, I think that was one of the biggest things that Travis and Kristen said is like, how many people are you actually offering it to? Honestly, most people I know, they come to me, they're like, oh, I really want to try those pink pills. And I just send them a link. I tell them how to order as a VIP. But a lot of them, I never say like, you should do this with me. I don't offer it to them. And that's honestly, that's pretty rude. I'm not asking them like to come and hang out with us. It's fucked up. Like the more I think about it, like I'm just like, you're not good enough to hang out with us, but you're good enough to buy from me. I should just be offering it to everybody, right? And you don't have to be like, you want to be a rock star with me? You don't have to say that, guys. You could just be like, do you want to just like try the product one time, or do you think that maybe you'd want to like make some commissions back with this? Because, we have this really awesome community and it's an extra $25 to like have a website for the year. And, if you make like one sale off of it, you make that money back. And it might just be worth the investment because you never know whose life you can change. Who doesn't want to make an investment when you say that? Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's $25. I went to Starbucks today and I got two drinks and it cost me $13. And I went to Starbucks on Monday and got two drinks for me and Carter and it cost me $13. Right there this week, I spent enough money at Starbucks and I could have started a business and changed my life from two Starbucks trips. So when people say they don't have money, bullshit. Bullshit. They just don't want to give up something to put themselves first. What other thing are you going to give up to put yourself first? And you don't have to call people out on that when they're ready to like give up their shit, they are. But like when people say it's too expensive and then the next week they're in Disney, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? Where is your where's the mindset? But the reality is they're not ready to heal yet. And we can't make anybody be ready to heal. They have to be ready and willing to heal on their own. But the other thing that I will say is that like, and I said this on the Blitz call on Monday, and I'm going to say it here. We have an 18-to-1 customer to Rockstar ratio, which is absolutely amazing. It means that we have killer customers that love our products that keep coming back. But what it really means to me is that we are not growing. There are not enough rock stars here. There's a lot of network marketing companies that are like 2-to-1, which is also not good. You want to be in like the 5-to-1 range. 18-to-1 is fantastic. But it also means that we're not growing as a company. And you know what's going to happen if we don't keep growing? This company won't stay open, friends. We have to fucking keep growing. We have to be the ones that keep this place open because we know how much these pink pills are changing our lives. We know how much these tinctures are helping people. We know how much the 777 is helping people with autoimmune issues. We know the power here. And we're just afraid to like offer an opportunity to somebody because we're afraid they're going to say no. Let them be like, it's not for me. Nah, I don't sell things. Okay. If you ever change your mind, it's an extra $25 and we can upgrade you at any time if you really love the products. Just let me know. No big deal. That's it. What's the worst that happens when we ask? They say no. You're never going to know. You're never going to know if they say no, if they're not going to say no. I had this whole conversation with one of my friend's brothers because he stopped drinking recently. And, I was having a whole conversation about how he's still working in the bar and not drinking. And I was like, I'm really proud of you, man. We had this whole conversation back and forth. He's like, I just don't know how to get out of the bar scene. So I said to him, I'm like, look, man, you ever want to get into the cannabis and like functional mushroom game and make some like money off of TikTok? Like, hit me up. That's what I do. I'm like, and he didn't answer me. He totally ghosted me. He read it and totally ghosted me and said nothing, but he didn't say no. And you know what? Because I said what I do, I had a 15-minute conversation with him because I sent a birthday message, okay? Because that's what the power of birthday messages do. He's going to watch me. And I guarantee you, he's going to join me before the end of the summer. I guarantee it because he's going to start watching me and he's going to keep an eye on me because I planted that seed. He didn't say no. He didn't say fuck off. He didn't say anything. He just said nothing. And maybe he opened it and then people walked into his bar and he got busy and he walked away. I could take it and be butthurt, but that what I said is probably what happened. People walked up to his bar. He had read it. He had to put his phone down and then his night exploded and he took 92 tables and he forgot that we were talking because I've been there and I've lived in that life. Right. And we all have kids and we have things that are going on. And some of us like take offense when people leave us on red, but like life happens. People leave you on red, and it can't hurt to offer the opportunity. So I just think if you're not posting about it in your stories every single day, you're not helping yourself. Make sure that you're posting about it every single day. Like you could be here too. You could be a part of this too. You can help people change their lives too, because you know what, friends? The more money that we make here, the more we can give back. The more we can change our own lives, the more that we can start to change other people's lives. That's the beauty of this company. Like that's the beauty of it all. Yes, money is great. And the money is really going to change so many of our lives. And we can change so many other people's lives with the money that we make here too. We can make donations that we wouldn't have been able to make. We can buy groceries for people that are really needing it because we have an extra $200 that we made from Ariel this week. and we didn't need it maybe personally. You know, like there's so much good you can do here with just so little. And I think that that's why this company is amazing. And I'm going to stop talking because now we're at the 40-minute mark. Kristen Gonzalez, do you want to say anything?
No,
Because, you know,
I just want to add really quick to that and then give it over to Kristen. I think that was amazing. But something that really stuck out to me, you guys, you need to run. You love this company, right? You love these products. Do you want this company? Do you want something to happen to this company and it to go away? No, no,
no,
none
we
of us
got to
want
keep
that.
growing. Yeah.
We've got to keep growing. If we don't grow, the company cannot grow. And when something doesn't
I
grow,
really
it
felt like
dies.
Travis and Kristen were just like, not that they were nervous, but they have seen that we're not growing at the rate that we need to be. And it's because we're scared. We're all afraid to just put ourselves out there, myself included. I do not offer it to people the way I should. I offered it to 4 people yesterday, and 3 out of those 4 said they've been wanting to join me. But they haven't yet, but they might. And now we've had that conversation. And if I wouldn't have said anything, you know, and it was honestly just the people I sent birthday messages to. Everyone that I sent a birthday message to yesterday, I asked them to join me. And 3 out of the 4 were like, okay. I was just like, what? What happened here? This fucking worked? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. And that's just, it's, you have to ask. People just want to be asked. That's the other part, right? Like, how how good do you feel when somebody's like, "Hey, I'm going out with a bunch of girlfriends and we were talking about how much we love you and we'd love for you to come with us." How good does that make you feel? When you're like, "Oh, you guys were thinking of me?" Like, "Hey, I was just on a trip with my girlfriends this weekend and we just had such a good time and I just felt like you would fit right in and I really would you be willing to like look at what I do because I just feel like you could be on our next trip with us and you could be there and we could just have these good times together." A lot of people resonate with that too because I think that a lot of us are blues here. I think a lot of us like need that community. I think we're a very large team of blues and yellows, and then we've got our beautiful greens sprinkled in to keep us on track. Thank the freaking Lord because we'd be lost without them. But I think that a lot of us, I think a lot of us, of course, we want to make money. Money is great, but I don't think most of our main focus was money when we came here. I think most of our main focus was like healing. And now that we can see that, it's hard to unsee it. It's hard to unsee the healing. And when you know, can focus on that and give people that other opportunity to heal, it's a beautiful thing. Kristen, I'm going to turn it over to you because I
I
talk
was
a
gonna
lot.
say, no, you're good. It's good. We definitely are a bunch of yellows, and I actually went to lunch with Kristen and Travis. I thought it was just gonna be me and Kristen and maybe Derlin, but everybody came too, Travis and Gary, and it was great. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm on these headphones and like I don't know if it works or not, but I'm also in the car driving. Well, Manny's driving, but anyways, okay. So we went to lunch. It was so good. And I was telling them like I know how to go get people. I know how to recruit. I know how to bring on a team. I know how to do that. But I feel like I've just stepped back and let other people lead because there's so many leaders and there's so many great people that have so many talents on here that like I want you all to shine. But in that, I've kind of gotten comfortable. And I think a lot of us have gotten comfortable too. And it's scary to get uncomfortable, right? To put yourself out there, to go outside that comfort zone. It doesn't feel normal and it makes us maybe have butterflies because we don't want to be rejected. We have the fear of rejection. We have the fear of someone maybe blowing up in your face. And I'm telling you, nothing could be worse of someone blowing up in my face and like when I used to sell books and they would grab my backpack full of books and throw it down their driveway, like, go get a real job. Like, why are you knocking on my door selling books? Like, that was to my face rejection. Most of our rejections, what, like on a text message when they say no, like, it's really not that bad. But sometimes, you know, maybe it could be strangers that make you scared getting a no, or it might even be your friends and family, like asking them because that you have to see them again, right? So it's that fear. So like write down what is holding you back. Like what scares you? Why are you afraid to ask people to join you? What is that block that's kind of getting in your way? It might not be the fear. Well, I told Travis, I'm like, I'll be real honest. I know what it takes to be very, very successful in network marketing. And I just don't know if I want to put in the work. Well, I do now, but you know, there was a point where I was like kind of exhausted. I'm like, I know what it takes, and I didn't want to put in the work, and I just got complacent, right? And after this weekend and talking to them and having a lot of eye-opening stuff, it's like I'm only doing other people disservice by not talking to them. It doesn't have to be about the money, because I know a lot of people at that table were Reds and they like the money and what you can do with money, and how, you know, not just, rolling in Benjamins or something, like the actual money. It's like what you can do with it, right? But I'm a yellow, and I think a lot of us are yellows too, where to me, it's not out making money off people. I don't see people as dollar signs. It's who's that next person I can help. So if I'm not offering an opportunity to them, if I'm not offering a potential business to them for $25, who am I to make that decision for them? Who am I to not allow them that opportunity? I'm the one blocking their blessing, because I can't even open my mouth. I know I have something in my hands that could totally change their life like it did for us, and I'm not telling them about that. Like, shame on me, honestly, for not even sharing with them, because I'm afraid they're gonna, or I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to put in work, or I'm afraid it's gonna take time from out of my own way so I can go help other people. And so I think we're in a point in this company where we're having these awakenings and these eye openings, and we're seeing the potential meanings like rallying over here, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, we're on a mission. I told Travis, I'm like, we need like a hashtag or like a campaign or something to like rock to 100 million or something. So I'm like, hashtag rock to 100 million. Like, let's take this company to that level, not just for the company, but for you and your family and potential people.
I think we might have lost Kristen.
So sure. Nope. Okay.
Oh wait, there she is. She's
I'm
back.
done.
Are you back?
Sorry, I'm just Am I back?
We see you now. There you are. Hey.
Okay. I don't know where I left off, but I basically was saying we need to be the missionaries to go out there and share with the world with what we have here, because people just need what we have.
Right. I agree with you.
It sounded much
I agree
better
with
the
you
other
so
time.
much. I'm sure it did. But you're driving, you're like just got off the plane, not even home yet from the airport, and you're on this call. So I mean, I feel like that shows your commitment right here, girl. Like, I think this weekend was really, really incredible. And I think that, like, again, like she said, we just offer the opportunity. You just never know who needs it. You never know who needs our community. You never know who needs to plug in with us. You never know who needs to be poured into a little bit. And you never know, what that person ends up doing for your organization. And like the other thing I think that like Kristen was kind of saying is like, if we can like the hashtag rock to 100 million, like that's our legacy, friends. You want to like leave something here for your kids, like work this business for 5 years and see what happens. Really work this business for 5 years. Actively recruit people, actively like get something going. See what happens. What's the worst that happens if you stick something out for 5 years? We've all been in abusive relationships a hell of a lot longer than that. We we've all had addictions that have lasted longer than that. We've all had, we've all walked through something that has lasted longer than that. So what would happen if you poured into yourself and your business consistently for 5 full years? Who would you be in 5 years? Oh no.
It's funny
I'm
you
ready
say
to
that.
find out though.
It took me 5 years to make $1 million in network marketing. I don't know if you can hear me.
It like loves to cut out as soon as she's gonna say something profound.
I think it's a damn headphone, Amy. Can you better now?
Can't really hear her, but I think she was gonna say it took her 5 years to make $1 million in network marketing.
Can you hear me now?
Years.
Yeah.
I can kind of
Can
hear
you
you
hear me
now.
now?
Yeah.
No,
there
sorry.
you are.
I don't know. Let me turn this off. Okay, would you stick it out for 5 years? Would you stick it out in 5 years if you knew you were going to make $1 million? Because I knew as a teacher it was going to take me like 50 years or some shit to make $1 million, and I'm going to go for the 5 years instead of the 50.
Right.
Is it going to be hard?
Right.
Hell yeah, it's going to be hard. There's going to kind of have to be a no excuse attitude. You're going to have to make like short-term sacrifices. And I was telling Travis, like, I was over the toxic positivity, but I'm more over the toxic negativity. So I'm going to be going back to my toxic positivity. I'm sorry, y'all. But I rather that mindset than some of the other mindsets that I've gone through. So yeah, I know when we come together and we go to rally this like rock to 100 million, it's a mission and a vision for other people to be a part of too. Like they're like, oh, they're doing something big over there, I want to be a part of that too. It's something they feel like they can go on the journey with. They can, I don't know, come with us on this rock to 100 million. They're a part of it. They're making an impact. They're having a purpose. They have, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, a passion towards it too. So
Right. I love that.
Milano.
I love that. And I agree. And I think that like, just ask and find out, and we'll figure all of it out together. Like that's what we've always done. Ask and wait for them. If they tell you no, okay. What's the worst that can happen, right? Amanda, you got anything else before we pop off? Did I miss anything? I talked a lot, obviously, like I always do.
I think it was perfect. I think everything that was said needed to be said. Now I think everyone needs to take what we talked about and run with it. And don't
Right.
stop. Don't lose the momentum. Just like when you first joined this company, that's something else that was said. And then I know we need to pop it off because we're hitting an hour. But when you first joined this company, you were motivated, you were ready, you were going. Find that again and run with it.
Right.
Don't
I
lose the
agree.
momentum.
I agree. All right, friends, we love you. Jenny, happy birthday.
Oh yeah, let's sing her happy
And-
birthday really quick. 1, 2, everyone turn your mics on. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Happy birthday to you.
You ever
That
had
was
14
amazing.
people
Thank
sing
you.
it at the same time?
How old are you now?